two subject areas. First, with regard to voting rights, President Biden described his 2020 campaign as battle for the soul of America. What does the administration think is more important for the soul? Upholding the tradition of the filibuster or getting the voting rights agenda through? If you had to make the choice, what is that choice?
Well, we don't see it through that prism, which won't surprise you. I will say that first, the president believes that expanding access to voting, making it easier for people to vote, should be a fundamental right for the American public across the country, and it will be a fight of his presidency long past today. And I will also note, since you gave me the opportunity, that this has been a fight that he has been battling through the course of his career. When he was in the Senate, he fought for an extension of the Voting Rights Act. And it's something that he, of course, talked about on the campaign trail, and he will continue to use the bully pulpit, but also every lever in government to continue to advocate for moving forward.
And then, secondly, the president's going to meet with the FEMA administrator this afternoon.
Yes.
Obviously, we're seeing a lot of extreme weather and climate events. Researchers have a event at Columbia University this week to look at moving people out of harm's way in order to mitigate the effects of extreme weather. Does this administration believe that more people need to leave the areas adversely affected by climate change in order to address the issue?
Really interesting question, Josh, and I don't know if they'll be talking about that during the president's briefing this afternoon. I will note that while it's traditional for presidents to get briefings on hurricanes and preparedness for hurricanes, it was important to him and to our team to also get a briefing on wildfires and the impacts, and also to take steps that are to prepare for that and the impacts on local communities. Whether that means moving people from their homes, it's a great question. I'll have to see what comes out of the briefing today. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. On COVID and missing the 70% deadline, as this White House sees it, what went wrong? What happened there? Was the goal too high? The number just not attainable?
Sure. Well, we don't see it exactly like something went wrong. How we see it is we set a bold, ambitious goal, something the president has done from the very beginning. And we are expected to meet that goal just a couple weeks after July 4th. And in fact, at this point, as of today, we're going to be already at that point for people who are 30 years of age and older. What we also know, though, and we've learned this as we've been working to get the pandemic under control, take on this Herculean task where there is no playbook, is that there are demographic groups and sometimes populations where it's more difficult to reach. We've seen that, and we've talked about that as it related to early on to hesitancy we were seeing in communities of color or some more conservative communities, and we've seen it's been a great deal more difficult to get young people between the ages of 18 and 26 vaccinated than adults who are older than that. Hence, we are redoubling our efforts to ensure we are targeting, we are focusing on, we are making the vaccine more accessible for those age groups. But again, we are already meeting the goal of vaccinating with one dose 70% of Americans 30 years of age and older, and we are working toward meeting it for all adults as soon as possible.